Hello, welcome back to Frogboy X1 Gaming. I'm Andrew, and tonight we're going to talk about Xbox Series X versus PlayStation 5 current exclusives that offer a true next-gen experience. So, um, as you all know, I mean, I've been more. Let's start off with this. I have been more impressed with the Xbox ecosystem from about last gen, Xbox One X till now than I have been with the PlayStation. But I have been a PlayStation guy for over 25 years now. Have bought everything PlayStation, everything third party on PlayStation up until the Xbox One X. So from this point, from that point forward, I have been leaning more toward buying my games on the Xbox ecosystem due to the fact that they're more likely to get upgraded and to be and to be a better overall experience. What at the end of what's up, my friends? Welcome, Soulstar, Delusional Grandeur, Phil, my Spencer. Welcome back, my buddy. So I've been having some interesting Twitter freaking arguments today about Flight Simulator and how it's not a next gen game, but gosh, dude, I don't know, man. This game has truly impressed the freaking crap out of me. Like, I am so impressed with everything that I've seen and everything that I've been able to do while playing this game, and picking up that Typhoon fighter jet earlier today. Oh my freaking gosh, man. The stuff that I can pull off in that freaking plane is unfreaking believable. So I'm going to go ahead and compare the best next-gen experience on the PlayStation 5 would be Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart currently. I saw a frog hoodie earlier and thought of yes, man. Frogs are good, man. Frogs are good. Definitely have some frogs around you. You should buy that hoodie and wear it every day. So, Ratchet and Clank, guys, is the only what I would call true next-gen experience on the PlayStation 5, because it is. I mean, it is a next-gen experience on the PlayStation 5. But does that really... I don't know, man. I'm having a hard time. Does faster loading... And I mean, like, obviously, these consoles are more powerful, so we're going to have better visuals either way. Like, either way, okay? The two most important features on Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart that can be considered next gen. Well, yeah, I'm gonna let that one. I'm gonna let this part go as a next gen feature. So if you have it hooked up to a 120 hertz display, you can essentially play Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart at 40 frames a second, which is definitely smoother than 30 FPS. But still not quite there when it comes to 60, but it is a lot closer. It does feel a lot better. The visuals and the animations do look a lot better in the with 40 FPS than they do with 30. It's not as jarring to play in 40 FPS as it was at 30. With all that fidelity in the on the PlayStation 5 version, well, on Ratchet and Clank and PlayStation 5. At 30 frames a second, that was pretty jarring, man. That's a lot of fidelity. That's a lot of fidelity visuals to have, and a lot of particle effects. It really makes it seem just too much at 30 FPS. So 40 FPS definitely takes that whole in your face thing down a notch and makes it smoother and I would say a better overall experience with the 40 FPS. Now, the faster loading times. This is an amazing feature. Faster loading is definitely an amazing feature in the what they were able to do with Ratchet and Clank by going from world to world in just seconds is truly amazing. Like, I'm not going to kick that for that. That is truly amazing. And I do look forward to those experiences as we go through the rest of this generation on the PlayStation 5. If you take a step back and you look at Ratchet and Clank for what it really is, it is merely an iteration of an already proven formula that necessarily doesn't add as much to the experience aside from the faster loading. The new character Rivet is freaking amazing. I love her to death. Like I thought that was probably one of the better parts of the new Ratchet and Clank. But when it comes down to it, yeah, Ratchet and Clank is definitely a better iteration of an already proven formula that works great. Now we go to the Xbox side and we have Flight Simulator 2020. Now, I have not tried Flight Simulator without being online, and I'm pretty sure that experience is nowhere near what it is with a good internet connection. I currently have gigabit internet, a gigabit internet connection, so my experience with Flight Simulator has been unbelievable. I do know that this game will not perform the same without a good internet connection. That's just not going to be the case. But when you look at it, this cloud technology is far more impressive than the faster loading time, because I'm literally flying. I mean, everybody on my stream today watched me fly for 3 hours straight and not one loading screen, and I flew hundreds of freaking miles from the middle of Mexico all the way to Salt Lake City without one loading screen in a fast jet, flying pretty freaking quick, like no loading screens, no slowdown, no nothing. And if they're, I mean, the pop in on this is not even nowhere near as bad as one would think. Loading in that much terrain and that much detail, like, this is freaking phenomenal, man. This, like, them faster loading times on the PlayStation 5, but I mean, like, we're instantly loading the whole freaking, hundreds of miles of terrain at a time on the Xbox Series X, and it is holding really high fidelity, resolution, and graphics and clouds, and oh my gosh, it looks amazing. So yeah, I am a little bit biased. I tried going to space. No, I haven't tried going to space. When I look at what this experience means to me and the future of gaming for Microsoft Flight Simulator, that is truly more impressive than faster loading times and super checkerboard rendering. I mean, like, don't get me wrong, guys. The super checkerboard rendering does look a lot nicer on the PlayStation 5 than it did on the PlayStation 4 Pro. It definitely looks more dense. Like, I'm really happy with that. That geometry engine pushing, or I don't know what I'm going to call the geometry engine the checkerboard renderer 2.0, because it really is pretty good. But I mean, like, either way we go this generation, there's probably going to be a lot of upscaling technology that is going to enhance the visual experience as we go forward, and that's just something, that I've had to really rein in my expectations when it comes to visuals this generation, like, a lot. Like, I'm going to be completely honest, guys, a lot. Like, I was pretty disappointed, when I got my PlayStation 5 and Demon Souls, and I wasn't able to play that at a native 4K at 60 frames a second. And I am kind of disappointed that Forza Horizon 5 is going to have a 30 FPS mode as well. That kind of, I would much rather them just shoot for a 4K at, or a higher resolution at 60. I flew from New York to Columbia, South Carolina. Nice. I'm thinking about getting up tomorrow, guys, and doing a stream from New York to LA in my fighter jet. Thinking about doing that tomorrow. If you guys want to come to see that, actually, I might just do it tonight. My wife ain't got to work tomorrow, so I might just, after I'm done with the stream, I might just jump on there, dude, and try to go from, well, no, it's because it's going to be dark. I want to do this during the day. And I don't want to fly that far at nighttime. Yeah, maybe I'll just get up and do that in the morning. I want to see how long it's going to take to fly from New York to freaking LA. Like, that's what I want to do. Like, I want to every weekend I want to do one of these flights. Today we basically flew from the middle of Mexico all the way to Salt Lake City, but that only took like a few hours. So I want to see what a longer flight, from like New York to California is going to take. Fly to China. Yeah, you're right. I could fly to China tonight. Could try to do that way because it would be more daytime. Yeah, you're right. I've been talking about flying to China a lot, haven't I? Maybe I should do that. But see, so I mean, like, just in my gameplay from Flight Simulator since I've gotten the game. So, guys, I did decide to buy the game today. I went and purchased the standard edition. I already bought that plane, and I bought the flight stick for this game. So, I'm well invested into Flight Simulator now. I will be possibly buying more DLC content as time goes. I'm probably going to be investing a lot more money into this game. I don't think I'm going to buy any more like propeller type planes, but any kind of jets that come to this, I'm definitely going to buy them. I will definitely buy them when they launch. If I have to pay for the Top Gun thing, definitely going to pay for that. No problem. Yeah, this is the most I would expect China to be a blank landmass delta. How China, yeah. It's just a big square, man, just out in the middle of the map. No, I mean, we should be able to, because I think Bing is done by satellite imagery, so we should be able to see whatever's there. Probably get shot down, though. I didn't get shot down in Russia, so I don't think I'm going to get shot down in China either. Yeah, I mean, that's cool that it's free. I'm willing to pay for it, though. Like, I don't know. I was going to buy the most expensive one, but I just decided a lot of those planes I'm not going to fly. So I don't. There's no sense in me spending that money on those when I could just buy the landmass stuff, the upgrades for the visuals when it comes to the world, because this game is going to continue to get updated. But I mean, I've taken a lot of flights and everything I've seen, like, it looks pretty decent so far. But with them doing like texture packs and everything for everything, it's your chance to see North Korea. Yeah, I want to see what's over there. That's going to be pretty intense. Yeah. Who else on here decided to pick that fighter jet up today? After watching that stream, because that thing is amazing, guys. I love it. I posted like a little clip on Twitter. You guys should probably check that out, dude. It looks so freaking good, man. I was flying from New York. I got about half. Well, I wouldn't say halfway. I got pretty deep into the Midwest, at least past Chicago or whatever. Well past Chicago when I was playing around with that. So definitely check that out. Yeah. So I mean, like when it comes down to it, in terms of next gen experiences that are available right now, like I have to give the win to Flight Sim. Like there's just no question about that. Ratchet and Clank levels in comparison are freaking really small. This kid on Twitter was trying to tell me that I posted that picture of Flight Simulator, and he posted one of Ace Combat 7, and I'm like, dude, Ace Combat 7 looks good, but I mean that's a really tiny experience compared to the full vastness of Flight Simulator. There's no comparison, really. I mean, even on the Xbox One X and PS4 Pro, the game still ran at 1080p. I mean, so how is that an exemplary experience when it comes to, what you get with Flight Simulator? I don't know, man. I don't understand like the fanboy thinking, it's like, dude, just be happy about the fact that, these games are amazing. Like Ratchet and Clank is no different than any other PlayStation first party game. It's a one and done experience. Yeah, there's like collectibles and stuff to go run around and get, but that to me, if I can't collect a majority of the stuff while going through in my one playthrough, then yeah, dude, I see no reason to really go back and look for stuff. Xbox is NFL and PS5 is rugby. NFL hits harder, just like yeah. I can agree with that statement. I mean, guys, since I've gotten into the Xbox ecosystem more, since the Xbox One X and started taking it more seriously and actually, picking up more of the Microsoft first party games. I have to agree that like I do get far more playtime out of my Xbox first party games than I ever have out of my PlayStation games, guys. And that's truly sad. I mean, I get more playtime, but they're not necessarily a better experience. They're just a more fulfilling experience when it comes to being able to play something, you know, for an extended amount of time, as opposed to playing something for you know, for a story and then being done with it. I do like the PlayStation stories. I hope they don't continue this whole woke charade, man, because The Last of Us 2, that was really a step in the wrong direction for Naughty Dog. I hope they don't continue down that road, because I really do like Naughty Dog games. I don't know if I'd continue to buy them if they keep putting out woke experiences. But when it comes to like the God of War and stuff like that, I love those games. Mitt Romney style, dude. I hate that guy. That guy is such a scumbag. Last of Us 2 killed. Oh yeah, dude. I don't want another Last of Us game. I do not want another Last of Us. I would definitely take I don't want a remake or anything out of those two games. I don't want nothing more to do with The Last of Us, guys. I don't want another game. I would prefer something, you know, something better. I'd prefer another Uncharted game over another The Last of Us, or even a new IP, to be completely honest. God of War. The next God of War will probably be the last God of War. And then yeah, dude, if Twisted Metal came out and it had the destruction model of Destruction All-Stars and stuff, dude, that would be pretty freaking cool, man. I mean, that Destruction All-Stars is not really a freaking fun game per se, but I mean, what they got going on there with that destruction model is pretty cool. I do like that, but that's about it. I tried to invite some PlayStation guys to the show tonight, but clearly they don't want to come. Got him. That's so funny, man. Oh gosh, you said honest, but earlier you posted about Flight Sim being the only next gen experience. You got a PS5, so honesty isn't a thing you can handle so far. I would love to discuss with honest people about strong and weak point each console. Though, yeah, jump on, come to the show and voice your opinion. Man. It's free. I love Twisted Metal. I can play them on my Series X due to backward compatibility. Yeah, being able to play them. I don't know, man. Xbox has done a lot of good stuff this generation. PlayStation 5 has done a lot of good stuff too. Like I'm not kicking the PlayStation 5. Like it is going to be, once they get everything, you know, updated and running, you know, good, and start getting this software out. You gotta, I mean, a lot of the stuff they're still making is tied to last gen. So, and I mean, the same with Xbox. I mean, but you know, Flight Simulator is going to be able to be played on last gen consoles. I mean, you're going to have to stream the experience though, and just having access to that though is going to be pretty good. You know, I mean, it's going to cost you a lot of data or whatnot, but yeah, dude, today's streaming with that game was about 12 gigabytes in total. So I used about 12 gigabytes streaming that flight sim, doing that flight. And I set it to 31 days. So to tell me how many gigabytes I use in 31 days instead of just like, cause I had it set to 1. So everything I've done before today was not included in there, but from today forward, it'll be a 31 day. Like, well, I'll see how much how much um data I'm using streaming, you know, the gameplay and stuff. And I will definitely update the community on that to let them know exactly what, you know, I plan on playing this pretty I plan on playing Flight Simulator a lot, mainly on the weekends, but I do plan on playing a pretty good amount of this game, at least at least through August. I'm gonna try to commit to playing as much of this game as I can through August. At the end of August, I'll have that Ghost of Tsushima update for the PlayStation 5. So I mean, I'm gonna spend some time playing that. I'm gonna definitely be on that. I'm pretty happy about that. And then just, you know, whatever else is coming out. But I think I could probably put a lot of time into Flight Simulator at least over the next month to give you guys more of an accurate, you know, baseline of what you would probably be, you know, probably have to use, you know, during streaming for that game. I was at the flea market and found a Series S, first one I've seen in a while. LOL, loving my Series X. Dude, I've seen Series X or Series S on the shelves a few times now. Just grocery shopping the other day, we saw two of them on the shelf. So I mean, the Xbox Series S is starting to get to the point where you can find them on the shelves, which is a good thing, because I feel like that is going to probably be the most widely circulated box when it comes to Xbox, because I know I'm not going to go buy my kids, you know, my 10, my 12 and my 11-year-old Xbox Series X's. I'll definitely get them the Series S. I already got one of them for my daughter. Junior likes his Nintendo, so I'm safe there for a while, at least till the next iteration of the Nintendo Switch 2 comes out. I probably won't. I mean, I'm going to buy my OLED Switch, but just because I need to upgrade. But when it comes to it, you know, I mean, the best thing, I don't know, guys, the best thing on the market right now on the PlayStation 5 that can be considered a next-gen experience is definitely Ratchet and Clank. I don't know if I consider Dark or Demon Souls a true next-gen experience, just because I don't know. I mean, it looks amazing, but I don't necessarily think graphics. What's up, Spectre? How you doing, man? Shouts out to Ratchet. I don't know if I can consider Ratchet or Demon Souls a next gen. Miles Morales runs on the PlayStation 4 as well. So, I mean, clearly that game was made for PlayStation 4 and then just really enhanced for the PlayStation 5. Returnal, I don't know. I don't know about Returnal being a game changer for next gen. Yeah, I don't know. See, I think Ratchet and Clank is by far the most noteworthy next gen experience. And with games like Horizon Forbidden West, God of War, and Gran Turismo 7 being cross-gen, yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. I mean, in my honest opinion, and stop me if you disagree, but I do feel like Flight Simulator is a more next-gen experience right now than anything else we've seen on the market, and that's just... I mean, granted, you will have to be able to stream that data in to your Xbox. I mean, that is definitely a fair point, that if you don't have that, it's not going to be as next gen as anything. But yeah, that cloud technology is definitely the future of games as we know it. It definitely is. Does anybody else have any other PlayStation games that might be that they feel might be a true next gen experience? Or are we ready for the second part of this segment to go into what, you know, what we okay, so if nobody else disagrees with the Xbox or with Flight Simulator being the true only next the best next gen experience that moves the medium forward, I definitely want to elaborate more on well, speculate. I want to speculate because I'm not a developer and I don't know what the developers are doing, and they might not use this technology to the full potential regardless of how easy it is or whatnot, because of, they got to have money. But let's say a company like Ubisoft, that makes big open world games, is able to use this data to recreate something like, like the first Watch Dogs, like say they actually really did stream in the whole freaking city and suburbs and everything of Chicago, and enhance that map greatly to be able to make a bigger to make that experience bigger. That alone, and I mean, to be able to do that, and then also be able to have smarter AI that's powered by the cloud, that's kind of the stuff I want to see this generation really take advantage of, and start moving things forward with the with this technology, with this cloud technology. I want them to be able to compute all that stuff in the cloud that would just take up. Yeah, I feel like Watch Dogs can actually realize it's, yeah. I think a game like Watch Dogs would be best suited for this technology because Assassin's Creed relies heavily on ancient times, which I love. I don't want them to change that. I would love them to be able to, take like accurate map data, but recreate, structures that are more relevant to the time period. Yeah, from the original Watch Dogs E3 trailer. See that when I look back at Watch Dogs, that was one of those experiences that I was truly interested in. I was like, wow, this looks freaking pretty cool. Now, if Ubisoft could reharness this power and recreate what they really wanted to create back then, I mean, Watch Dogs Legion isn't a bad game, but it just doesn't have that. It just doesn't have the appeal that the first Watch Dogs had. The second Watch Dogs was okay as well, but I like the first one more. I like the more serious tone of the first one as opposed to what was going on in the second game. So if they could reimagine that and make the gameplay better and add a real dark, grimy city that, that's powered by technology and stuff, I really think that something like that could be a better experience. And I don't know, guys. Like, this Microsoft Flight Simulator's got my freaking gaming brain all screwed up, dude. It's got my nerd is showing pretty bad right now. Like, I want to be able to experience, real freaking grown up games that actually bring something to the table and last a while. I'm so sick and tired of games being like 20 hours long, 30 hours long, that, I mean, I want an experience that can grow on its own, by using AI, like I said, like say you've got the whole city of Chicago and the AI, can like speak and interact with each other and create scenarios in that game that would, lead to more story content for you as a player, and just keep the city running and stuff at the same time, to be able to create circumstances in that gaming world that could potentially have that game playing for a long time, man. That's just that kind of stuff is, oh yeah, or even GTA, man. If they could do something like that, oh my gosh, could you just imagine? Like, say you're playing Red Dead Redemption 2, man, and the AI like actually interacting with stuff and like building new structures and doing things, all on their own, and just like that's what these guys are doing, like building America while you're playing the game, and it's just going on around you. I mean, Wow, dude. Wow. Could you imagine something like that? I mean, the map doesn't need to be any bigger than it already is in some of these games, but just the fact that these experiences could be created now and like essentially, have that AI to make these experiences more of a realism or more, more of a realistic, chance of that happening. Because I don't think this is unrealistic at this time. I think the technology's there to be able to do something like this. Um, for the cloud to compute all this AI, AI has gotten a lot smarter. And I mean, think about it. It could also, it could also provide a real testing ground for AI technology. Like how can AI come together and build a world in gaming that could possibly, um, see if the AI can actually create um, a livable society inside of a video game world. I mean, that would be freaking intense, man. Start out from like, say you take a game like Ark Survival, and the AI, goes from the Stone Age all the way to the present, just by learning and doing things in the game. Not a bigger game world. Yeah. Yeah, the focus needs to be on improving the complexity of the gameplay systems to make them more. Yeah, exactly. I don't necessarily think they need to be bigger game worlds. I just think they need to be far more complex to the point where AI is creating. Good morning, Hart. How are you doing, my friend? Yeah, I saw that. I saw your comment on that. Yeah, that jet's so amazing. You could change out the liveries on it and just fly. Oh my gosh, I love that experience. It's so good. I've been playing it basically all freaking day today while jumping out in and out of Twitter and having Twitter arguments with people. I don't understand why some people, like, why fanboys can't just look at Flight Simulator and be like, yeah, you know what, that is an amazing experience. I'm curious, what more could this technology do for gaming as a whole? PC is the closest thing to this, I think. Yeah, I mean, like, yeah, but I mean, the role playing, you're basically just relying on other games, other gamer avatars to create that experience, though, Soulstar. I mean, like, I'm not saying that like multiplayer wouldn't have a place in these other experiences, because it could. I mean, yeah, you've got AI, but then you've also got other players in there to affect the. I mean, like, gaming can get way more complex. And you know what, guys? I guarantee it. If they build a game like this, you know, that gives you that fulfillment of actually being able to interact with like real AI that actually, I mean, real NPCs that are powered by AI that can alter the state of the game. Yeah, dude, I guarantee that would be $1 trillion freaking video game, because everybody would want to play it, and the experience would be different for everybody. Like, that would just be one heck of an amazing experience that would truly move gaming into a whole nother. I mean, we'd be getting closer to Ready Player One levels of gaming. I mean, if we could find the right, I mean, there's this one MMO that's going to let them build like cities and stuff like that. That looks pretty interesting. But when it really comes down to it, if we can eventually find a way to be able to, to power, like, AI is the key. I know that AI is definitely the key to being able to build this experience, but then they'd have to build a world that could be malleable in so many different ways, like being able to, like, the AI just being able to, like, find or figure out how to create, metal, or they can learn metallurgy, or being able to chop down trees in the forest to build structures, learning how to create things that would allow them to learn and grow at the same time, because AI is something that can be taught, so that it can, I don't know, next thing you know, your video game would come alive. No, I'm just joking. I would much rather a digital space AI being able to create a game, like a sandbox that actually makes itself work. I mean, it sounds pretty complicated, but I think these guys can do it. I think they're smart enough out there to do that right now. I mean, if they can control society the way they do through technology and everything else, I don't see any reason why we shouldn't be able to play a video game that's this. Yeah, I am gonna. I'm keeping my eyes on this Contraband to see what this game possibly can do. Avalanche is really good at building open worlds. They do make some pretty amazing open worlds. Uh, Just Cause 4 was pretty freaking cool. I like that world. It looks a lot better on my new TV. Yep, thanks for asking. It's great now. But then Rage 4 or Rage 2, I mean, I like the way the world looks, but then, I don't. I wish they would actually give that a next gen upgrade so that we could get better visuals. But yeah, Contraband is probably, who else is working on that? Microsoft. It's a Microsoft first party studio and Avalanche that are creating this experience. So yeah, I'm hopefully they do something with this cloud. And now that Asobo knows how to work with this cloud technology, maybe their Plague's Tale Requiem will have something, something in there about it. Oh no, not VR metaverse. We're talking about being able to create open worlds. Open worlds that have AI controlled NPCs that could potentially alter, that could potentially bring something to the space and create scenarios, that would move a story forward or create things for the player that would be interesting, that could keep you playing that game for a while. We still got Kojima. Yeah, maybe Kojima can figure out how to do something like this, man. I mean, yeah, this is pretty intense thinking, but I mean, like I would love for the developers to challenge themselves with something like this. Like I was saying, imagine a world like the Red Dead Redemption 2, where every NPC is controlled by AI, and they go out, they live their lives, they start building structures, they're trying to build like America. They cut down trees, they build plant. You know what I mean? Like they create technology as they go, kind of like an Age of Empires game, but more where the AI itself comes together and builds things out like real humans would. You know what I mean? Like everybody comes together and like technology moves forward. That would be freaking amazing. Like say we go back to a game like Ark Survival, where it's a survival game, but there's NPCs in the game that can actually start creating like this whole world and build it from the Stone Age all the way up. Like that's kind of what I'm interested in them trying to find a way to make this technology work and be able to grow this experience. That to me just sounds more interesting than, oh man, I don't have anything to mix with this, but well, just straight shooting. I'm sipping on some Jaeger again, guys. Sorry. Oh, that's the last of it. Yeah, I would really like to see something like this become possible. Oh man, I don't know if I can do that. Oh, that's pretty intense for my old man self. What do you guys think? Like, how do you, like, I know I talk about this a lot. I mean, it's just something that really interests me, and I want to see something, come of it. Oh, I have another one. Yeah. Sorry, man. Like I'm getting older. I got to drink. My old man body hurts all the time. So I got to stop taking so much ibuprofen to just start drinking more booze. I don't know. Oh man, maybe IO's Dragon RPG game will use the tech, or Obsidian. Yeah, Obsidian with Avowed. I don't know, man. I really hope they don't sit on this damn technology, guys, because that would be stupid. They bring out a technology that's freaking amazing, and then they sit on it and just keep giving us cookie cutter games. I'm gonna be pretty mad. Oh yeah, I'm being grounded. No, man, I think I can fly that plane pretty drunk. I've only crashed like a couple times, man. That's so fun. I like to get so damn close to the ground that, oh man, it's like the physics of these planes are a lot more real than any other video game, because the only other experience I have is flying in other games. So when I'm flying this, it's pretty intense, man. Like I like it. Like I really love this flight simulator, guys. Like it's one heck of an experience. This is honestly the first experience in a long time that's wowed me and made me think, like really got my retard brain, my nerd brain going like 100 miles an hour, thinking about the possibilities of what next gen gaming could possibly be. And like I can't be the only person on the damn planet that thinks this way. I mean, they've got to have, if you remember the old chess computers, they thought for themselves. They had a basic move program, then left to itself. So AI always been available. Yeah, that's true. I mean, there's definitely ways to train AI to get AI to be able to do things. This is so interesting. This is like the kind of thing that makes me want to like learn how to be a game developer, so I can try to figure this equation out, try to figure this this problem out, you know. Yeah, dude, crappy gamer doesn't want to come on here, man. He's scared. Let me see. I'll send him a link to it right now. I don't know. He probably won't. I don't know how long it takes to develop Avowed. Take as long as you need. I know Obsidian has the potential to put out. Yeah, I'm pretty excited about the future of Xbox, because I love RPGs, I love open worlds, and I love swords. Like I've never really been like all into like the lightsaber swords. Like Star Wars was cool, but I was more of like Conan growing up. I mean, I do like Star Wars. I'm just not as into that as I am like, you know, like medieval and like Rome and, you know, stuff like that. Like I'm far more into the medieval stuff than I am the futuristic, you know, lightsabers and cyberpunk stuff. So I mean, I do like it, but I always tend to go back to like medieval type stuff, you know, magic and stuff like that is pretty freaking cool. Like I like that stuff a lot. Obsidian just needs the budget and time to make an amazing game. Yeah, dude. I mean, if we don't get Avowed until like 2024, 25, like I'd be okay with that. I would definitely be okay with that. I'm okay with waiting for some of these experiences. Like I'm okay with waiting for these PlayStation 5 games too, but the fact that they're going to be cross-gen, that's what gets me more, is because all three of these studios, you know, Guerrilla, Sony Santa Monica, and Polyphony, they're going to be stuck with they're going to have another 3 to 4 year turnaround on their next games, man, and that puts them right at the end of this generation, dude. So like we'll get a few games at the beginning, and then we'll get all these games at the end, and then everything in between is not these freaking studios. You know, the next best bet would be like a Naughty Dog game coming out, and maybe an Insomniac game, I don't know. I mean, we're gonna get these games the year after, then we're gonna get a couple more, you know, a couple in between that, like a couple years in between that, And then at the end of the year, we'll get Sony Santa Monica's and everything else. So yeah, dude, Crap Gamer been talking shit again. He did a video yesterday, Xbox Dead, and he is there playing Crazy Taxi. LOL. That's not even Crazy Taxi, dude. It's that taxi game that came out a little while back that nobody bought except for him. They probably sent him a free code for it. They're like, "Hey, Crap, will you play this game on your stream so people can like look at it?" And he's like, "Yeah, I'll do that, man. I'll definitely do that." Because he says he's a reviewer, but I've yet to see him review any game. I don't know. I mean, like I try to review games, but I don't know. I need to get better at my reviews. So, Andy, you asked me a question about that Samurai Showdown 5 earlier today. I applied for a refund on the Xbox store and they gave it to me. Just wasn't the kind of game that I see myself putting any time into, so I didn't want to be stuck with that $60 purchase. Yeah, they had that return. They had that returned to me pretty quickly. I got my money back within like 6 hours. So, yeah, that it's not a terrible game. It does look pretty good on the Xbox Series X. It is rendering in 4K. The gameplay and the maps. I mean, it definitely plays like the Dynasty Warriors games, but when it comes down to it, I don't necessarily see myself putting enough time into it to justify the $60 because after playing it for about an hour last night, I was pretty much at the point like, yeah, I don't know. I mean, I'll probably never play it again. You know what I mean? So I can't wholeheartedly recommend that game to you without you being and I can't recommend that game to you unless it's something that you're completely 100% interested in and would put more time into that, because me personally, I'm not going to put the time into it. So I asked for a refund and they gave it to me. I also did a return on the Absolver. Yeah, the Observer. I returned that one as well because I don't see myself completing that game either. So yeah, I mean, they might be for you guys, they might not, but they just weren't for me. I need to focus on Death's Door, Flight Simulator, and all these other games that I bought that I do like The Ascent, Death's Door, and Flight Simulator. All three games that I do like, and I do see myself actually getting into and putting the time into them. Ascent, I do like the game. It's one of those games where I feel like it's best played with friends, but I like to play games solo, and like I just don't know if because I like to play those kind of games when I'm in the mood to play those kind of games, and everybody else might not always be in the mood to play that game with me. So right now is the best time to play it, but I'm so enamored with freaking Flight Simulator right now, guys, that I can't bring myself to get interested in the Ascent or Death's Door more than I am right now. Like I really do want to play those games, but gosh, dude, I can't stop thinking about, hey Sev, how's it going? I just can't stop thinking about this gosh dang Flight Simulator, dude. It's like all I want to do. I think about it so much that maybe after, the 30 freaking days of playing it and flying everywhere, I'll have had my fill and I can start getting back to other stuff. Fashionably late as usual. Nah, man, at least you made it. That's all that counts. That's all that matters. Maybe if you weren't playing around with Flight Simulator, you'd have been here on time. No, I'm just joking. Maybe if I give you guys some lead time to actually notice that I'm online, maybe it wouldn't be so bad. Yeah, dude, my backlog is so freaking bad already, Phil. Like it's bad. I've got, what is it, like 325 games on my Xbox and then another 256 on the PlayStation. Do you think Ascent a bit like Returnal challenging? I do think it. I don't necessarily think it's as challenging as Returnal, because you can just you can grind and power up just like you can with any of those games. So you could literally run around a section with respawning enemies and just keep taking them out and keep updating and growing and like looking for loot and stuff. So I think Returnal's a far more challenging game when it comes to that point. But the Ascent can be challenging, but I just don't think it would be consistent challenging unless you're consistently moving forward with the game and not leveling your character up as much. Like if you're rushing through it, if you rush through Ascent, it's going to be a challenge. If you take your time and play it, then I think you'll be all right. I think it'll be a lot more balanced than Returnal was. Yeah, dude, I've got way too many games, Phil. And that's the thing, man. I bought Observer. I wanted to review it, but then I was like, oh man, I can't get into this. Then I bought freaking that Samurai Showdown because it was new, and I couldn't get into it. So I just applied for a refund and got my money back. Wait, the Jet came out today. Is it free? No, the Jet is not free, dude. I bought that for $20, but it is freaking pretty amazing. It's definitely worth the $20. Oh gosh, 17 pounds. Yeah, dude, that Jet's well worth it, man. You can put a lot more space. You can fly a lot faster and do a lot more cooler stuff in the air. That like it makes it worth it. It's a much funner overall experience flying that jet than it's a lot funner experience flying that jet than it is any of the other planes I've flown so far. Yeah, definitely save up Microsoft rewards for it. I don't know, man. I feel like it was a good purchase. I bought that and then I was looking at it and I was like, gosh dang it, you know what? I should just buy the game. So I ended up buying the game too. Right when they refunded my money for that Samurai game, I just bought Flight Simulator because it's something that like I literally cannot stop thinking about it. So I put the money down for it, man. Like I love the fact that I can play it for free, but I want to own that game. I want to play that game for as long as possible, dude. I want to put so many freaking hours into Flight Simulator that yeah, dude, I want to play it. That's all I want to do is play it. Also, I can appreciate the Xbox SSD expansion more. It was lackluster. I thought it was lackluster, but after seeing the PS5 SSD fiasco, I think it is more user friendly now. Oh yeah, dude, it was definitely more user friendly at the first. The only real complaint I have about the SSD on the Xbox is the fact that I can't buy like a 4 terabyte, dude. That's my biggest thing with it. If I could get a 4 terabyte, I would buy one. I would buy one as soon as it came out, man. I wouldn't even question it. I have more than enough games on my Xbox to justify a 4 teraflop SSD, and then I could just give this one to my daughter for her Series S. So as soon as I'm gonna hold off on buying another one until they put out bigger models, and then I'll be right on it. I will buy one as soon as I can. Flying to Japan or flights and while watching a podcast. Yeah, dude. I love it, man. I love flying it. Did you pick up that plane D does it? Did you watch my stream earlier today when I was flying that Typhoon plane? It's $20. I would highly recommend picking it up. I do recommend that plane. It completely made the experience a lot more interesting. That's for sure. Like definitely more interesting. They are cards. You can get extras and swap them out as needed. I want a full freaking 4 terabyte, dude. Yeah, I'd pay the $900 for it. No problem with that. I'm even gonna pay I'm even gonna pay the $1,000 for the PS5 one, dude. Like I buy enough games during the generation to where I'll need the space. So I'd much rather just get it now and have it than have to like fumble around, you know, especially with the PlayStation 5, dude. I see no reason not to just buy the biggest I can get. Take the Xbox expansion card and take it to a friend's house and swap it between your Series S and M. Yeah, I mean, I have swapped it out. I that's how I test games on the Series S. Is I'll just pull my card out, put it in my daughter's Xbox, play it for a few minutes, just so I can. Because the only thing I'm going to review on Series S is like performance and visuals. That's it. Like I'm not going to sit and play it for the whole time that I would be playing it on the Series X before I review it. Oh yeah, dude, it's so much faster. D does it. I guarantee you pick that plane up with all the maneuvering you can do in that plane, dude. It's so worth it. It makes the experience so much funner. Yeah, it's definitely funner. If you unclick the little box on the if you unclick the little box that says platform in the store, it'll show you everything you can buy on the PC too. And I hope all that stuff's coming to the Xbox eventually, dude. That would be freaking pretty cool, man. Because there's some pretty cool planes in there, like the Warthog and stuff. The planes I would really want, like an F4 Phantom. The F-14 Phantom, a Harrier, the F-14 Tomcat, the F-35, and the F-16. I would buy every single one of those planes, even for $20 a piece, dude. I don't even care. I would buy them. That would be freaking so fun. Yeah, both the next gen consoles will use keyboard and mouse. That's true. So you'll definitely get a lot better. Well, I don't know, man. Yeah, you definitely get a lot better control if you're doing that. Me personally, I've never tried to play anything other than one game on a keyboard and mouse, and I don't know, man. It's gonna take a while for me to get used to once I get my PC for sure. Yeah, there's some of those that you can there's some of those that you can get right now. You can buy like a Swedish one or something, and then there's another one for the mountains that have been ported over to the Xbox version now, Sev. So there's a couple of them that you can buy, but there's a lot more on the PC, and I'm pretty sure they're going to start transferring these to the Xbox, pretty regularly. Yeah, I mean, if the Razer works on the PlayStation 5, do you just buy the Razer setup and then you have it on both, use it for both? That's kind of what I would have to do, is try to find something that's both. I can't even use my Will setup on my PlayStation 5 anymore. I can, but I can only use it with the PlayStation 4 controller on PlayStation 4 games. So that really sucks, man. That's a pretty big bummer, man. That's a whole nother racing setup that I'd have to buy, so I'm just not going to buy any more racing games on PlayStation 5, man. Well, Gran Turismo 7, that really sucks, dude, because I'd have to buy a whole new base for my racing setup to experience that. And that really sucks, because I think Gran Turismo 7 is going to definitely be a much better iteration over Sport. He'll never see Crap Gamer. He hates PC. You cannot give him one. Crap Gamer. Dude, that's the way he wants to run his YouTube channel, man. That's fine with me, dude. I mean, like, all the more power to him. I mean, this friggin' he's a family. No, he would not agree. He's a fanboy. Oh, oh man. Oh wait, no. I want to see what Crap Gamer's newest video is. Crapping Gamer. Oh man, he's still got 67,000 subscribers. I wonder if he paid for all those or something, because what the heck, dude? One day ago, he says the new PS5 SSD update bricked his console. Wow, what an interesting fellow, man. Guess what? When I put my SSD into my Xbox, it let me download more games to it. That was pretty cool, guys. It's a game. Go play, have some fun. Some people like keyboard. Yeah, exactly, Sev. I don't know, man. Like, I'm kind of contemplating downloading freaking Call of Duty again. I don't know, man. I don't really want to play Call of Duty anymore. I'm just kind of over it. I just wish Battlefield would hurry up and get out. I think the Ascent looks next gen. Does anybody agree? Yeah, to an extent. I wish the character models looked a lot better, but we are. I mean, this 12-man crew, bro. Like a 12-man crew built this game, and it looks freaking fantastic. Yeah, it does look next gen. The particle effects, the destruction model in that game is freaking phenomenal, dude. Like they did a damn good job with this game, and the price is perfect, man. I think honestly, dude, I think they could have sold this game for like $49.99 and been all right with that. I think it's definitely worth $49.99. But the price that they chose to sell it at is definitely a steal, man. Like I do plan on just paying for it. Here late in a little while. I have to watch what I spend a little bit more, seeing as it's coming to the end of the year and there's a lot of stuff I want to buy. So I have to kind of meter my experiences for the stuff that I just can't go all willy-nilly. And depending on what stuff they're going to add to Flight Simulator, dude, a lot of that shit I'm going to buy no matter what. So yeah, I'll probably pick up the Ascent here in a couple days or something. It is definitely worth a pickup for me. Does look next gen, beautiful looking game, 1440p. Yeah, dude, and 60 FPS in that game is pretty nice, man. Like I like the Ascent. Like I said, guys, if I just wasn't so freaking into playing Flight Simulator right now, I would definitely be spending a lot more time on Ascent and Death's Door. Like Death's Door, I love that game. I love the gameplay of that, and I love it. But oh my gosh, man, that Ascent or that Death's Door is kind of an interesting game, man. I love the fact that it like challenges my brain to like think about stuff. I like games like that, but dude, I'm so entrenched in wanting to play this. You need a yoke and pedals for Flight Sim. I'm probably going to invest in that. I tried flying one of them 747s today with my flight stick, and I personally have no desire to ever want to fly one of those planes again. I'm more interested in flying these jet fighters if they keep bringing them to the game. But I might possibly invest in a flight stick and yoke. I just don't know when now. Yeah, I mean, just buying this flight stick changed the whole experience too. You know, it definitely went from something that was workable to like actually feeling like I have a lot more control over my plane. So I like that even more. Like it's definitely a much better. Mr. Crapper Gamer must be a big fan of Sea of Thieves boat and pirate game. His DLC is his channel. The Titanic going down, keeping that same energy. Xbox getting prestige indies. Yeah, dude, Xbox is getting a lot of good stuff. And honestly, guys, a lot of these indies are saying, hey, man, Xbox treats us way better than PlayStation. And that makes sense. You know, I mean, PlayStation is PlayStation riding around on a little high horse. And I paid $89.99 for the flight stick. I just bought it from Best Buy. Don't know if you have Best Buy there, but I tried looking for one on Amazon to see if I could get it faster, and the cheapest one on Amazon was like $140. So I was like, yeah, I'll just buy it from Best Buy, dude, because Best Buy's not trying to gouge you for the price. But I'm pretty sure they're selling like hotcakes right now, especially after my review, dude. They're flying off the shelf. No, I'm just joking. Yeah, I know what you're talking about, Sev, about the yoke. The more like the bigger one for most planes use a yoke and pedals. Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. I just honestly, man, like flying this jet, I'm probably gonna pick one up, Sev. I just don't know exactly when. I do want to get into that, but I'm thinking I might need a new cockpit for it, because playing with this flight stick just on the desk, yeah, the Thrustmaster. The Thrustmaster T Flight Hotus 1 is what I got. I show you box. I show you box. I show you box. T Flight Hotus 1. Very good. Very good for make your plane fly. Very good, make your plane fly. Very fast, very far. Mind you, I have the chair with the flight sim cockpit set up and 3 monitors and a yoke. I'm going to try to see if I can find me a new cockpit, Sev, that actually will be able to hold my steering wheel setup as well as my flight sim stuff at the same time. So I was looking at some on Amazon the other day, and I just haven't found the right one because I want my I kind of want my my racing sim seat to stay about the same position that it is, and everything I've seen on the everything I've seen for the other setup is a lot more the seating is a little bit different, and I don't want my sim racer to feel like I'm sitting in a truck. I want it to stay the way it's feeling right now. I know one I can recommend, but they are like $700. Yeah, $700 is not a big deal. I was honestly looking at one that's like a couple $1,000, and then getting like this like motorized thing to like do the thing, and that's like a $5,000 setup just for the motors and stuff. But I think it's only compatible with the PC, so that's why I'm waiting. You know, when I get my PC and everything, then I'm gonna buy that better racing sim setup. If I could see what. Did you send me a thing? I would be happy if open wheeler Gen 3 racing wheel stand and cockpit. Okay, let me see what this one looks like. Open wheeler. Wheeler Gen 3. The GT Omega. Yeah, this one's only $389. That's basically like the exact same one I got right now, but I got the play seat. Sun going down on flight standing real time. Yeah. It's good for flight sims and racing, plus it's reasonably priced. Yeah, that's basically what I already got right now, Sim or Sev, but I got my wheel setup attached to it, and I would have to take that off. I mean, I can, for this flight stick, I could probably just buy the side rail thing to put on like a shifter, but I don't really necessarily need that. I'm trying to use voice text. Sorry. Oh yeah. Yeah, dude, I was flying out to the West Coast the other night, man, and it looked freaking amazing doing that. The one I have has a triple monitor setup on it, though, and it's nice but pricey. Yeah, I've been looking at a couple different models. Something from Next Gen Racing, as well as a better one from Playseat. There's a couple of them that I've been looking at. I know you know how to spell. Voice text. Well, I mean, you're multitasking right now, man. It's all right, man. I know it's just against AI bots, but Halo Infinite feels really good. Yeah, dude, that's what I'm reading all over the place, dude. Everybody's glowing praise over Halo Infinite, so I'm pretty excited about that. I'm really hopeful we're gonna get that this year. Valor Valor Sim Universal Flight or Racing Simulation Cockpit Chassis with triple monitor mounts. Okay, let me look at that up. Val Air Sim. Yeah, it's like $7.95 on. Oh yeah, that looks pretty nice. That looks like it would definitely fit pretty good. I'll save that to my thing. I got a lot of feedback for 343 for sure, though. I'm impressed. Yeah. Let's see. Wow, really? They want me to pay a $200 freaking delivery charge for that? Oh, yeah, but I have one for over a year now. I recommend it. Yeah. Hmm. Movers have to bring it in for you. It's heavy. Oh, is it already put together? Dang, how come wifey isn't home yet? She ran away. She probably ran away. No, but it's stainless steel and it's heavy. Oh, okay. I mean, that looks like 1 inch pipe on it. Maybe 3/4 actually. Gosh damn, that wife of mine is a workaholic, bro. Don't necessarily think it's because she's a workaholic. I think it's just because everybody else doesn't want to work, man. Gosh. Oh, all right, my friends. I am going to get back to Flight Simulator. We are getting Halo this year. No way they release tech previews and still delay the game. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that might be. That might be the case. I don't see why they wouldn't release it this way. I wonder if they could incorporate the cloud into racing games real time. Like, yeah, dude. I mean, if they did something like an open world, D does it. I could see them doing that. But when it comes to like track racers and stuff like that, I don't know. I don't know if that would be as good as handcrafted, curated tracks that look amazing. I'm super excited to see what Forza the new Forza Motorsport looks like. I'm a little more. I'm not gonna lie. I'm more excited about that than Gran Turismo 7, to tell you the truth. Um, Gran Turismo 7 looks good, but it still just looks like Gran Turismo. Whereas the visuals that we saw for the Forza Motorsport look really high, freaking detailed, man. Like I'm excited to see that, guys. Like I really am. I am excited. Oh. All right. Well, yep. I'm going to jump back on Flight Simulator, guys, and then I will jump on and stream a long flight tomorrow. That's what I want to do on Saturdays and Sundays, you know, for at least the next couple of weeks, is just do some. I'm going to fly from New York to LA tomorrow. I'm going to start probably around 8 or 9 o'clock in the morning. So if you guys want to come and watch that, you're more than welcome to, or at least stream it, you know, while you're playing your own game. See if maybe we can find each other. Maybe we can all get on there and fly from New York to LA tomorrow. That'd be kind of cool. The Sev seal of approval. Well, I will definitely look into that one too, guys. All right, man. You guys have a good night. And I will see you bright and early in the morning to start our flight. I just want to fly some more tonight. I'm going to go see some of the other world that's not covered in darkness now. All right, guys. Have a good night. Don't forget to hit the like button before you guys leave.